Band, our guest, which is why he's our guest today, because
Oh,
he was so pissed off at me. Oh, we're live.
really?
I wanted to explain this on the air, but
Okay.
well, we're on the air. Okay,
I guess we are,
so
yeah.
well, so I don't like bringing politics on here, and I won't.
Hmm.
But I got a warning from Facebook yesterday, and one of my friends explained to me what the post was, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I get it. But it's still pretty stupid. And then so I get a message last night from Kevin Burke, who's a comedian who I know. Uh, he was the star of Defending the Caveman, which was the longest running show in Las Vegas for 10 years, and he's like, "You dick, you got me banned from Facebook." And I said, "Wait, what are you talking about?" And he said, because he wrote something about the insurrection, which is what it was, and
Right.
it was a sarcastic piece. He's a
Hmm.
humorist. He's real funny,
Right.
and I couldn't share it and give him credit because it wasn't public. It was private. So I
Okay.
said, make it public so I could share it. Well,
Right.
he made it public. He got banned for 60
Wow.
days. Now he can't advertise his uh, his shows and what he's doing, and I feel like awful. I said I, I have a consolation prize for you, which is, would you like to be a guest on Coffee Talk, our YouTube show tomorrow?
It's coffee talk with the Tika. Nothing rhymes with that but chicken tikka. We name drop here with Stefan and all his friends.
Well, good
Well, that
morning,
was
everybody.
funny.
It's Corey the instigator, and Gary.
So
So,
Stefan is late from getting home from dropping off Amber, which is why he's not on the air.
right.
I didn't think it was that important that we go on the air at 10:04 instead of
Hey,
10:07, but
but
I
here
was
we are.
overruled.
So, welcome, everybody. This satirical piece got him banned for 60 days. He must have said something in there. I mean,
Antifa. I mean, we'll let him explain it. It was
okay.
written from the point of view of an Antifa person
Hmm.
justifying his cause, and it was
Hmm.
brilliant. And I wanted to share
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Facebook bot, the
Right.
artificial intelligence, didn't really understand sarcasm. So I fucked my friend over, my famous friend.
Well, sorry about that.
And
You
I
know,
knew that
the,
that would be a story that Stefan would love because he
yeah.
loves to hear when I
When
fuck
you
people
actually
over.
kind of really screw people over, yeah. And
Mhm.
so, and I don't even know if a topology will be enough in this case, really.
Oh, I have to get the topology
You
right.
actually really should get that out there because if anybody deserves, like needs one, it sounds like Kevin. So that's great. Yeah, it's interesting times where and trying to keeping this, but I do think that everybody needs to reclaim the conversation from a standpoint of the crowd that's the insurrectionist mob that murdered people in the Capitol building. These are just facts, and are they anti-American terrorists? And the answer is, of course they are. And so that's just actually factually represented. And most of those people would claim to be pro-life, which is one of my things. Is how did we allow the conversation to be taken from the truth? And when they call it like the left is doing cancel culture, it means that we should be removing like Confederate monuments or something like that, which is, again, we never should have had a Confederate monument in our country because they were anti-American terrorists. And
That was it, but that was
you know,
Lincoln's doing. Lincoln
right.
was conciliatory in that
But
regard. He
that's
realized that
because
half
of
of America, just
right,
like right now, I mean,
just like right now.
just like
So
right now,
should
believes in wrong things, but we
correct.
have to mollify them and say, okay,
Do you
we want to unite with you
right?
instead
Yeah.
of kill you.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, again, that's when you're watching that. Well, they're killing people, of course. And so, and that goes into the issue is like, yes, of course, it was a conciliatory act. I understand that. Now, the big conciliatory act was when the South, conceded as, no, we won't kill all your soldiers. They can go back to work. That's very reasonable, and so, but after that, then it really comes down to, no, we have to recognize, if we have a monument to the Confederacy, it's because they were, attacking our country. If you saw, there was a Confederate flag that was going through our Capitol building. That's never occurred before. Those people out there had their T-shirts commemorating Auschwitz and saying 6 million wasn't enough. And so, and those are the people that are in our country and rioting in our Capitol now, claiming to be American. We actually have to claim this conversation back, everybody, to make sure we say, hey, this is who we are. And no, we will not let you say you're pro-life anymore, because we have a lot of evidence that that's not true. And we could go on and on from there. But, and yes, sarcasm can be used well. It is not understood well by the computer algorithms. I understand that. And so, and we can still be lighthearted about it, because no, it's not about, killing the 74 million people who are so, brainwashed that they still think that this is a decent person. But it is about, how do we stand in a way and reclaim the conversation, everybody? Because when I was watching the things from Wednesday, it was like, how do I treat this as a doctor? What kind of disease do I see amongst these people? And how do I treat that disease? That's exactly what I was looking at. I watched way too much TV on Wednesday. And you go through your phases, everybody, as you should, from the horror, who are we and why are these people out there? Why do they represent us, to moving on from there and say, how do we heal from this? And so, and yes, comedy is a good way to do it. It'll be shocking to think that, somebody can post on Facebook, I don't know, whatever, and that is pro-Trumpian, and they aren't being banned as well.
It's very hard to mix comedy, which is what we do, with politics. I mean, if
it
you're
is.
Not Saturday Night Live. That's why I always like staying away from it.
Right. But that's why I actually try to say it's just not politics. This is just an actuality of describing what's happening in the country. And when we use the term politics, that's the way we've sheltered ourselves from conversations, is using we don't talk about religion, we don't talk about politics, we don't talk about sex or homosexuality, and that's shit's got to go. And you can't.
An attack on the U.S. government is not really politics.
It's not politics. It's a domestic terroristic attack. Gosh,
absolutely.
Yeah, I think we should talk about that, everybody, and who did this, and who incited it, and what are we going to do? How do we stand with people? How do we help? So Adam B. Stephen, kill this political talk. That's the whole point. Whoever said that, that's actually just not political talk. It's really just talk about what's happening. That's the interesting thing.
But that's not what we do.
Let me say something. Hold on.
We don't talk about what's going on in the world. Sorry, Stefan, you're going to regret not being here. I apologize. But it was just, we're talking about what happened to Corey, and it just goes into that. Yeah.
Started at 10:07 from now on. This is your lesson.
All right. Let me say something and mute all those guys. First of all, everybody in the audience, thank you for being here. Everybody has an opinion here. And so do you guys in the audience. And you know what? I got to admit, we're a funny show. It's not a political show. But you know what? You could complain in the chat, or you can leave the chat. I have no problem with you guys leaving. And as far as the Patreon people go, if you don't like it, I'll just kick you out and take your money. Get the hell out. Here, it's my show. I'm going to run it the way I want everybody. Okay? So Adam D, if you're not having a good time, stop bitching. Get the fuck out. Okay. On that note, I'm going to be straight out. It's like, don't get me started, everybody. I'm allowed to be in a good mood and a bad mood. But it's a real show. So I don't give a shit if you like me or not. You guys all bitching and complaining. But I think we should talk about things like this, and maybe not to. I think it's funny. I think whatchamacallit, Corey gets blocked out. We lose people and all this stuff of all the crazy political talk. We're allowed to have an opinion here. You can't sugarcoat life, everybody. Right. Let's hide the blankets. It's real life. I'm not a political show, and it's not going to be over here, but. No. I'll be honest with everybody. I'm so sick of catering to the people that watch the show. They're quick to bitch and turn on you.
Right.
They really are. People are really quick to bitch and turn on you on the show. It pisses me off, and that I don't like.
The
That I don't
people
like.
who put you on a pedestal are the ones who will push you off. So you always have to be careful about the people who are complimenting you because they feel like they, in some ways, own you, and they're the ones that are willing to push you off the pedestal that they've just put you on. So that's why you always be careful about people who compliment you. You don't know if you don't know them, you don't know where they're actually coming from.
I know
It's
some
often
real
a form.
compliments.
It's often
I
a
haven't
form of
arrived, yeah. I haven't
manipulation.
arrived. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't arrived yet. I
Yeah.
haven't got to my platform. I will get there. I haven't gotten there yet.
Right.
You know what? I have not got there. You know, I'm not a Kiss fansy. I'm not a heavy metal fansy. I want all types of stories. People don't get that. I want all types of stories on my show.
Yeah.
I want to hear everything. I want to hear a review. You know, and I never talk about what I'm for when I'm not on politics. But I think it's a good conversation. I think it's crazy. You know, I was doing the Kenny Van show and bringing him on, and then I was going to go live 8:00 at night, and I'm like, oh man. Now this happened. I forget it's not the right time. So I recorded the show, and he's a legend. But everybody has an opinion. You know, it's like everybody. It's funny how Facebook will block you for saying something so, you know, about the politics. But you could get harassed on the internet from a troll, and they won't do anything about that, like Twitter. And it's crazy, harming people's personal lives, right?
Yeah, and I watched what came on one of your shows when Miranda was on, and there were like 8 thumbs down on this show before the show started.
Those are the trolls.
And those are the trolls. And I was thinking, who are these people, and why?
Lose
What
it.
is their agenda?
Lose
Why
it.
are they doing things like this to your show? Because the show hadn't even started, people, and there were already 8 thumbs down. And I was like, what is up with this? Why are people taking the time out to be that way? Probably the kind of people who say we shouldn't be talking about these things. But
Well,
you know, it's
I'm one of those people.
But let me say something, Corey and
All right.
Dr. G. I'm going to tell you something really quick. And this is why I lost a bunch of Patreons with the Zach Nielsen story. Perfect example.
really.
They were, and I gave people back their money. I gave some people back. Get the hell out of here! Don't tell me how to do my show. Do your own show if you think it's so easy. That's it.
Was it because of the talking about death that
Well,
they didn't think this
originally,
was the right
no,
forum?
no.
or-
Before that, when we interviewed Zach and his brother Kipo, they were talking, and Corey addressed the elephant in the room. Now, I was like, oh my God, Corey, how could you do this? You know, and all that stuff.
asking, yeah.
And then people were writing and dividing, and they were quick to hate on Stefan. You know, they were quick. So there's a little social club out there with about 40 idiots in it, and they're bitching and complaining about me, but they're still using my name and they're still watching. And
Interesting,
you know
yeah.
what? I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say who I am because I'm sick of hiding who I'm not. And I could be a fucking asshole. And you know what? They drove me to be an asshole. And I could be the funniest guy. But you know what? I'm still going to bring good entertainment here. I'm going to get good people in here. And those people who bitch about me, they're going to sneakily watch me. So let them fuck off. Now, you like that for a morning, huh? No, I'm being serious here. Now, Corey, who are you pissing off? Huh? Who are you pissing off
A
now?
really
Because I just
good
pissed off a
guy.
whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
One of my good friends in show business, and
Oh wait, hold
I-
on.
I
Before we bring him in,
totally
here's
fucked
somebody.
him
Here's America's favorite lovable guy to save our show tonight. Because the ladies are even. I have people, Coffee Talk family. Oh, it's not the same without him. I never got rid of Oive. Everybody's complaining about this one too. This is another nuisance. You know, these people. Oive's here. Everybody that you're bitching and complaining. So all the idiots
We've tried
out
getting
there,
rid of him how many
Yeah.
times, and he just keeps coming back.
Yeah, and he's here it's
A
like
virus.
Oive is not nowhere to, you know, he's still on the show, but everybody likes to bitch and complain. So shut your fucking mouths, everybody. Here, Oive, how you doing?
Good morning or good afternoon.
Yeah, you look good. You look good, Oive, huh? You stepping up your
shaved.
game. You
Ah.
look good.
Handsome,
Oive,
handsome devil.
what's going on in the Kiss auction? Tell us how much money you lose today. Huh?
I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah, you're on there 24/7.
I hate
huh?
Kiss.
Yeah.
They ruin my life.
All
Oh,
right,
that's
Oive.
news.
Oive,
It's a new year. I'm not collecting anymore starting this year.
that's it. Everybody likes you. Now let's get to Corey.
Come
You
on.
know what, Ive? Neither am I.
Yeah.
Good.
Now, Corey, what's
Yeah.
going on? I was driving. I'm all like, you know, round up.
Well,
What's going on
I
with you?
explained it before during the introduction, but I'll go through it again. I got banned on Facebook, or I got a warning yesterday for posting a little poem. I don't want to read it. It's stupid.
Well, what happened? What happened?
Uh-oh.
Well, should we bring your friend up here that you got blocked? You blocked the guy with your
That's
stupid
separate
comments.
thing. Then what happened was my friend, he was the star of the longest running show in Vegas. It's called Defending the Caveman. He's a really hysterical comedian, a really great guy. It's like an everyman like next door neighbor kind of guy, and so he wrote this really scathing piece about the attack on the Capitol, and he did it from the standpoint of an Antifa, like sympathetic to Antifa. And I tried to share it, but it didn't have a share button on there because he set it to private. So I said, make it public so I can share it. So he does. He gets banned for 60 days now. He can't advertise
So you
his
screwed up.
comedy shows. He can't advertise, all because of me. And I feel so bad. So I said, you want to come on our show? We can at least try and help you out for how I fucked you over.
So you screwed over the guy, basically. That's what.
And in the end, I forgot to circle back and share it. After that, I got
so much
involved in
drama.
something else. I didn't even share it.
2021. Stefan curses out people that like the show, that have the hate for him, and you're chasing away your fans. I love this show, and it's not going to change. And I like the drama because everybody wants to see a car accident. They want everybody who drives on a highway, they see a wreck, they slow down and watch. What did they do? That's what your life's like.
It is. And people don't believe it.
They don't believe it.
I'm
my
followed
God.
by this like black cloud. I mean, nobody ever dies or anything, but everybody gets pissed off.
Well, don't ruin Dr. G's business over here, all right? Just be nice
Okay.
to the guy. Let's meet your look at this. I want to thank everybody. Look at this. 7-7. Thank you so much. Love to all. Thanks for sharing.
Thank
You know
you.
what? We love you. Thank you very much for that. You're beautiful. Mwah. And you know what? Your support helps us. So the people here that are supporting this channel, I'm going to give you a big mazel and thumbs up. And thank you for dealing with my. I'm allowed to have a tantrum. I might not be right all the time, but thank you for understanding and loving me. I got problems. I'm not perfect. But I'll tell you one thing. There's only one me, and everybody else are imitators. On that note, let's introduce your friend, Corey Leviton. Don't look like so sad. Another man.
I do. I want to read you
Does
what
he
he
know
wrote. This is
the
what I,
poets?
this is what I get at 11:30 at night. I'm getting ready for
Tell her.
bed. I got, and it comes on. You bastard. I made that satirical post public at your request. Someone reported it as being from a hate group. My account is now restricted for using the word Antifa. He's totally right.
Wow.
All right. Well,
Kevin Burke, my former friend, and maybe hopefully future friend.
oh, you look pissed, Kevin. Look at you. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
Kevin,
totally. I'm just having fun, posting little jokey jokes on Facebook, and then fucking Corey Trainwreck comes in and screws up my good time.
Corey Trainwreck.
Actually, all I wrote was, and I'm going to condense this thing. It's probably a 200-word post. I'll condense it into a
It's
couple of
great.
sentences.
Oh, Kevin, I want to make it up to you. I want to be your friend because
Thank you.
I would love to get rid of Corey and have somebody that's funny on the show.
Well, this is fantastic because Corey said I'll give you a consolation prize. Why don't you come work for me for free? And I was like, oh, Corey, that's a fucking dream come true. So yeah, I'd be happy to introduce him, and whatever the profit sharing deal is, I'm in. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'll take
Kevin.
You
I don't know.
need to do anything to them.
Yeah, Kevin. I don't know if you know, but we make the big bucks here. Mary Jane, thank you. The show's awesome. Thanks for making my days. Let's see that, Kevin. We could split that 5.
I was gonna say you said Mary Jane. I thought is somebody sending you pot to do this show? This is awesome.
Dude, I take it whatever I can. I'm a Jew. So Kevin, tell us.
There you go.
So
all the post said it was very light and funny, and it sort of compared Antifa to a community organization that's having a fundraiser. And all it said was, "Hi, this is Kevin from Antifa. We've run into a lot of expenses sending thousands of stormtroopers to the Capitol. We had to pay travel, lodging, per diem, and then we had to give everybody bonuses to stand outside and listen to Trump's kids going yappity yappity yap. The problem is we don't have enough money right now to keep Portland on fire. So we're going to move the bake sale up 2 months. We're going to have the bake sale 2 months early. And as a bonus, Bobby Krebs is going to auction off the really cool congressional lectern he picked up at the riots." That's what I said. That's what
it was
got me.
brilliant.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Thank
See,
you.
that's just freaking hilarious. I
This is
mean, thank you,
hilarious.
Kevin.
Kevin,
I thought it was funny. I tried to explain that to the algorithm, but algorithms don't get humor.
Well, you know what we
can you
can do?
appeal to this thing? I'm just curious. I don't know much about
you
Facebook.
could come on my show and we could get the message out because I could stream this to Facebook. I mean, that's what we'll have to do every morning when you want to do a morning post till you get out of Facebook jail. You come on this show, right? Like this.
I'm banned 60 days from going live on Facebook, so I'll come in the back door through you guys.
60
go.
days, you get to hang with me, ADIKA. That's what you get. You
That's
got
funny.
torture time with me, a guy you never
Yeah.
met before, a stranger.
Fantastic. Free
know?
labor.
And you know what? I want to thank Robbie Detroit. Look at this. Keep up the wonderful work. You know what? Everybody out
Robbie.
there, we got about 80 people watching at the moment. I see. Why don't you go let's make up. I want you guys to go to Kevin's page over here really quick. Look at this, Kevin. Look at he has a little thing over there where you can find Kevin Burke, Las Vegas legend. You know, tell the people before we go after Corey, because I want to go after him. Tell them about your history a little bit, the ones who don't know you on here.
Oh, which is pretty much everybody, and that's fine. We have a saying in Vegas that right on the edge of the city, as you head out of the valley, there's a sign that says "Nobody beyond this point knows the name Kevin Burke." I was the star of the longest running Broadway play in Vegas history. It's called Defending the Caveman. It's a one-man show, explains men to women, explains women to men. And we were there for 12 years. And I retired about 10 months before COVID turned everything to shit. So I got pretty lucky on that.
Yeah.
And had a ton of fun there. It was a great show. It was beloved by conservatives and liberals alike, which, made me very happy because that tells me it was very universal. We had a ton of fun. I was Las Vegas Entertainer of the Year in 2009 or 2008, believe it or not, and set a Guinness World Record and just had a bunch of fun. And yeah, and they never used my pictures on the advertising, so I could go anywhere and nobody knew who I was.
Wow, that's crazy. The Guinness Book, that's pretty big, man.
It was an anti-PC show, so I think liberals and conservatives, most of them, the core, agree that the PC culture has gone too far. The cancel culture is ridiculous.
It was the basis of the show was men and women communicate differently, and that causes us to misunderstand each other. Mm-hmm. And it goes all the way back to our ingrained.
That's an understatement.
Yes. Oh, as hunter and gatherers. Now wait, let me just do a sidebar here. Before you dump me off the show today, remind me.
You're here. Hang on.
No, I know. But before you get rid of me, remind me to tell you the greatest kiss story ever.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah,
ever.
It's really cool. Yeah. You're gonna go. That's the best kiss story ever. So we did the show there, had fun. I retired. Now I make little joke posts on Facebook and get into trouble because apparently I'm some sort of insurrectionist.
Kevin, I like your story, man, and I like to get in trouble because I look for troublemakers because I'm from Brooklyn, and I like to hang with trouble. And you know what? I got people that'll help you out, Kevin. Look at this right here. I want to show you. You need help on Facebook? I got the guy from Brooklyn has somebody. I got Debbie Smith. You want us to contact Facebook? She'll get them. Debbie Smith will go after them. If you need.
I know a guy who thinks you should be back on Facebook before the end of the day. Let me make a call.
Mikey.
I know a guy. What's that, Dr. G?
You got to contact Mikey. He can take care of this.
Mikey UPS. Yeah, we should send him a link. Send if Mikey. He's probably
got
busy,
a guy.
If you could send him your link. I sent you a link earlier, Oive, and it didn't work, but it worked for me. So I don't know, but send Mikey UPS a link just in case. So now, Kevin, being a comedian with all this stuff going around, can you really be the comedian that you want to be, or you have to restrict your act as well?
No, actually, I think because I am truly retired. I mean, a lot of Las Vegas entertainers say, "Oh, I'm retiring," but it's because the casino canceled their show.
Yeah.
I truly retired. I don't perform anymore. I'm just, I'm like Lance Burton. I'm a gentleman farmer now. I'm not really doing anything, so I can write and say whatever I want. I do create little one-man shows that I do for fun at fringe festivals, and so it's all me. I produce it. I'm responsible for it. I keep, it's all me, so I can do and say whatever I want. And I think that this current shit show is making me a better writer. Because like the little Antifa thing, making it like it's a PTA organization. To me, I'm super proud of that. I think it was a really great piece of writing that Corey made disappear forever because I didn't copy it down anywhere.
Corey, no, Corey's very special. Corey's making a lot of enemies on. Hey, I did a show for people to come together. I didn't realize how much I could separate. I could ban my own fans. First they come and love me, then they hate me because I was like my bodyguard. I try to protect Corey, but you need a show where people want to bash on. I got a bunch of characters here, but Corey, I get these phone calls, 3 a.m, text messages, Facebook, that asshole, that moron. I'm like, oh God. And then when I stick up for him, I lose 10 people, and I gain 20 that I don't know. It's probably better that way. Corey, you're a wonderful person to have, but you feel bad about Kevin, right? You feel bad.
Of course. I mean,
it's no big deal. It's not my first time in Facebook.
What about a toe apology for Kevin? What do you think?
sure.
You want to do
I'll
that
do
for
it
him? Does he
right
know
below
about the
the one
toe
to cut.
apology?
To Constantine for forgetting his name.
Why don't you do something nice? You know about the toe apologies?
No.
No. Well, we're
No.
gonna make it happen. For
There.
you, Kevin. Corey Leventon toe apology. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Very cool. We'll send it to you. Look at that. Really, really cool. Yeah.
Oh,
Draw a smiley face, Corey.
Sorry. Look at that. Look at the toes.
there's a carnival that's missing an act.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a beautiful thing. Corey holds look how the left foot holds the
I think we're
paper.
gonna get a Kevin out of this. Oh man, he was doing pretty well there.
Aw.
Draw him a smiley face.
Oh, look at it. A heart or some X's and O's. Do it nice for him, man. Make it
Are
special.
we gonna make him do his old living statue act?
Yeah, this is good. You could you could be like the Howard Stern show. What's that story you told me about the dildo they did for Ronnie the limo driver? I don't know. You don't send one of those, Corey. Look at that.
No.
Look at that. It's very nice. Look at that.
That's
Sorry, Kev.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's Corey Leventon toe apology. Very beautiful.
I
Thank
feel
you,
so
Corey.
much better.
A lot of talent on this show.
Excellent.
A lot of talent. So, Corey, I guess we could use for 60 days. I'm all about
Yeah,
bringing
totally replace me with Kev. I understand. I feel really bad.
I say if Kevin has an important message to say, he could come on here. I'll stream it to Facebook. We'll do Facebook for about 30 minutes. I'll bounce out of Facebook. Everybody move your ass over to YouTube and like and subscribe it. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to continue the show, but hold on, Facebook. Before
I'll do.
What'd you say, Kevin?
I'll do a recurring character as Kevin the Antifa fundraiser.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. We're going to stay on here. I'm going to take us off of Facebook. But Kevin, for Facebook people watching right now, because it's going to be on, what's the post message of the day for Facebook?
The post message of the day?
Yeah, that you'd like to put out there.
Oh, okay. Do you want? I'm going to give a serious message.
Okay.
Back at the beginning, we said that eventually love would win out, and I think it's gonna. I think everything is kind of crappy right now, but I think it will all smooth out in the end.
That's a good one. I like that. Okay, I'm going to take this one off of Facebook, right? And you could, follow Kevin over there. Say goodbye over this one. Coffee Talk Facebook. Go follow us on YouTube. This is nice. See, this is the way to do it. Hold on, I got one more Facebook Coffee Talk. Move over. We're on YouTube. Subscribe, like it, love it, and you're removed it right now. There we go. Removed it. Okay, boom. Now we're here. Okay, boom. Now we're only on YouTube. That's perfect. Yeah. See, I'll get your message out for you. This is Corey. You did good. You did good. Be proud.
I don't feel like I did good.
No, let me look at you. Let me look at a man looking
There's
proud.
a lot of other media sites out there.
You got a lot of sorries on you over there. Corey, what's the matter? Why are you shaking
His
your
legs
leg?
going.
Yeah, what's the
I am,
matter?
yeah,
Right now, it's actually probably a bit of a favor because the last few days I've been on Facebook until 3 a.m. going, "You son of a bitch, you're wrong."
Were you really shaking with the iPhone, Kevin? Were you nuts on it? Huh? Like at first really pissed at Corey or laughed?
Well, yeah, there's so much crap coming out, and I always try to deal with it in a satirical way. Not a fuck you kind of way. But boy, sometimes I get kind of hot when I'm replying, so it's probably just as well. I need a break.
It's a little break. It might build up the fan following. Where's Kevin gone? It's like a mystery.
Right.
Right.
Corey did an intervention.
Right. He did. You get people
It'll be
writing
good for
to you.
you.
Yeah. Is your
I'm
Facebook?
trying to get everybody off of Facebook anyways. They're a fairly corrupt organization that's been utilized now. I know they've banned the 45 from the rest of the inciting violence anymore, but that's what they've been allowing him to do for 4 years. So once again, I think I'd look at that as a sign of like almost honor that you got banned from it, because who actually wants to be on Facebook anyways? I know I don't. And so
whatever
Zuckerberg
side of the
started Facebook while he was blogging about his girlfriend's his bra, or his girlfriend's bra, and
Right.
and calling her a dog.
Right.
So me saying Antifa, I think that's pretty mild.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, whatever side of the political fence you're on, and I think it's pretty obvious which side I'm on, we've all been radicalized by it. Because what we think of as our news feed is actually the algorithm showing stuff that's like the stuff that we've liked before.
Right.
So we don't really know what's going on in the world if we click on the news feed. We just see things that amplify things that we've liked before, things that are written just to get liked by people like us. So everybody on the right is thinking everybody on the left is evil, and everybody on the left is thinking the same thing. We've all been radicalized. Facebook is to blame for everything, and Google's following suit. You think that you're getting what news is out there when you Google something? You're not. Google knows what you've Googled before, and it shows you more things like that.
Hey Corey, so Corey, when you're looking like for teeth and stuff, and you're talking about in your house, I'm missing a tooth. Does Google put up ads for dentures or whatever?
I don't think that the tooth search has been radicalized. But,
right. I just want to make sure.
How about the Nair search?
And the Nair, you know what I love? Hold on, Corey.
It knows where you are. It knows every. Did you ever wonder why, if you put a dentist, you get a list of dentists right in your neighborhood, and even if you haven't.
Okay, he's going crazy. You know what I love about Corey? I just muted him.
That's true, though.
Even Kevin's laughing. You know what I love? I'm getting people texting me right now. When's the show political thing and this and that? It's like it's a talk. It's coffee talk. The show we're talking. So let me say something very clear. If you don't like it, then go fucking watch a guy watching a rock change colors on YouTube. What the hell am I going to... Listen, I know where I'm at on YouTube. I haven't arrived, and I'll get there. But the same 40 people who are bitching, you're still watching a guy that has nothing to say. At least we have something to say here. So shut your fucking mouth and watch the show, or fucking go stick it in the toilet. Okay, back to the show.
Is there really a show with a guy watching a rock change colors?
I'm going to say something for everyone. It's time for the world's greatest kiss story.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. What is
waiting for it.
What's your greatest kiss story? Let's hear this.
So,
Corey Kennedy.
You know Carrie Stevens? Is that what you're going to tell me?
I wish.
She's going to be on the show again.
Oh, that's awesome.
Do you want to meet her? Are you single?
I could be.
Yeah. Quickly. Well, look at this. How about that? Boom. Let me ask you a question.
Oh.
Let me ask you, Kevin. Before this is better than your kiss story, isn't it? Look at that.
No,
Huh?
no.
Okay. Let me ask you. Do you like vinyl records?
Yes, I do.
You own vinyl records?
Very much. I do.
You do?
Yep. My son,
Mhm.
excellent taste, by the way. My 17-year-old son got me an Elvis Costello album for Christmas. It's awesome. Yeah.
Which one?
I forget.
What happened? I have a vinyl game show. What happened if I did a game show? You played her, 3 of your records against 3 of her records, and then the prize is you win a record and you get to talk to Gary Stevens.
To have the songs rated by people?
No, what happens is you take 3 of your records, right? And we do 3 rounds. The best 2 out of 3 win, but we'll go the full, and the audience votes. And then whoever wins a vinyl
It's based
record.
on why the music is important to you and your story.
Yeah, you tell the story. So you're holding a record like this one, for example.
Right.
Oh, look at this record. This first, and you show Beatlemania. Well, Beatlemania, everybody, was very special to me because when I was a kid, I went to the Broadway show. That's the actual playbill from 1978. And on this record, I used to listen to it, love it, and I took my original Beatle records and I would make a soundtrack of the show. But this is the Broadway actors singing as the Beatles. It's just as good, if not better. And there I got Mitch Weissman, and then you show Divine on the show, and then the next person will go and then show, I got Elvis Costello's record, and it's from, and you'll tell a story how important it is.
I would counter that with Mitch Weissman is a right-handed bass player, so
look, no, but he did play lefty.
Sometimes he did left.
He did lefty.
Sometimes he did left.
He did lefty.
He did? Did he go lefty?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you're actually
not all the time.
Hold on, Beetle face. Look, he's got Beetle face right there. Look at Beetle face right there. Hold on a second. So, this is my friend now. You lost him. He likes me, Kevin.
Do I not get credit for knowing who Mitch Weissman is?
I'm about to tell you something. You just made me and you are like, now we're bonding. This is like a bonding moment. I lost 100 fans on YouTube, but I gained one solid one that knows Mitch Weissman. Corey,
I know who Joey Pecorino is. How do you like
God,
that?
you're beautiful. I love this. Oh my God. You know what? You got to do vinyl, please. I insist.
I'll crush her. I have a date booked for her. I have the date booked, and I'm gonna after this we're gonna look at that. Ooh,
Carrie Stevens. He's going to crush you.
I'll
This
crush her.
is Carrie. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records. You know, she's lovely. She's great. And it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to make it fun. No politics. It's going to be a bunch of, we do it Saturday nights.
Nope. Just about music and what music is important. And she, whatever the trophy is, you may as well just put it in the mail now.
That's it. So let me ask.
Damn.
Okay, before we go to your Kiss story, let's talk Beatlemania story. Joe and Mitch, because Gene Simmons did the solo record, the Gene Simmons solo record. He didn't get the real Beatles. He got the second best. Did you know Joe and Mitch were on the record?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow, he's great. Oh, this is my friend Corey. You're done.
You know what's funny is that Joe and Mitch fight just like the real John and Paul did.
Yeah. Oh, this is great. Now, Mitch is a big part of our show. He's a good friend of our show. And then Oive over there got this as a surprise for me, and he got Mitch to sign it.
Oh, nice.
So I put
That's
this on
nice.
the other day, and it sounds so good. It's
That
so
sounds
good.
good.
It's so good. But he did play lefty, Kevin, for a little while.
I'm glad to hear that because when I saw them, he was playing righty, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
It was
But
hard.
God.
I think it was hard for him, and then when he realized that most people didn't really understand, didn't appreciate the fact that he was playing lefty, he just said, "Fuck it, I'm playing righty."
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I saw them on the Broadway tour in Chicago, and it was Mitch, and it was not Joey, but the guy who really, really, really looks like John. What's his name?
Oh, who is that? I
I
don't know.
forgot.
Joe was the.
Let's send Mitch Weissman a link.
Yeah, let's send him a link.
I'll
See if
know.
he
I'll
comes
know it
on.
if I hear it. I'll know if I hear it. The guy who really looks like John
Well,
I
we
mean-
had
on the street in person, just walking by you. You go, "This is John Lennon."
we did an episode, and we had the original cast members of Beatlemania, and we had Justin McNeil, who's a big Kiss fan, and he was taking drum lessons from Eric Singer, and we had Les Fradkin on the show.
Les
Who-
Ragden, Leslie, yes.
You know Leslie?
That's the name I couldn't think of. It's the name I
George-
couldn't think of. Yeah.
George Harrison. He's been on the show, and he actually owns John Lennon's eyewear.
9
Oh, wow.
pairs.
What do you mean? What's that mean, Corey?
Wow.
Uh,
There's money in being in a Beatle band.
The veracity of that story has been challenged.
Why?
That's all I will say.
He was, but Mitch Weissman also was invited to go have tea with Lennon and never did.
Dumbass.
Totally was invited and
And
never,
he's pretending he's pretending it's not a one of the biggest regrets of his life. John Lennon walks to him on the street.
He punches
Says,
himself
"Hey."
full on in the face every single day. I'm telling you.
oh,
Hey,
what do you
hey, brother, got bad news. We're suing you. We're suing you, brother.
tell him the story? Tell Kevin the
That's
story.
the story. This is how my memory version of it, my dementia version. Hey, it's great seeing you. You know, we're suing you. We're suing you. And he goes, oh, that's okay. It's just hey, listen, Yoke and I are going up. We got some business to do, but you want to come up? You have some tea. We'd love to chat. And then Mitch feels like he shouldn't say yes. And like 3 months later, he's dead.
He's dead. I'm calling Mitch up right now. Yeah, this is coming to see if Mitch will come on because I like hearing Mitch's story better. It's more detailed than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Mitch is good, but probably not.
And I
he's
want to
probably-
know who's the John that really looked like John.
Now you got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. There was a couple. Marshall Crenshaw was a John Lennon.
Yeah.
No, Oive and I are sitting over here waiting for this Kiss story. I just
All right,
wanna
all right,
say-
go ahead, all right.
Yeah,
You know,
go ahead.
I'm just,
Let's hear this
I
kid
know,
story.
No, I like the Beatles stuff too, though. Don't get me wrong.
I'm
I'm
just
more
teasing.
Beatles than Kiss. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so I'm walking through my showroom in the Excalibur at Las Vegas, and it's middle of the day, so the showroom's empty.
Mhm.
But there's one guy sitting there, and I look over there and I go, "Holy shit, it's Gene Simmons!" He's just sitting there all by himself. Now I saw them. Was it 74, 75 when right after the first album came out?
Wow.
And James Gang was opening for him. That's when I first saw him. So I've been a
Wow.
longtime Kiss fan. I've seen every version of the makeup shows and none of the no makeup shows. So if that tells you anything.
Really?
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah. The first tour, Alive 2,
Mhm.
the reunion tour, the second leg of the reunion tour, the fourth leg of the reunion tour, the first year of the farewell tour, the 17th year of the farewell tour. I've seen them all. Seen them all. And, well, I'm not going to. I'm not going to drop opinions in here. I'm just going to tell you the cool Gene Simmons story. So there's Gene, right? And I walk over and I say, excuse me, Mr. Simmons. And he said, yes. And I said, I'm Kevin Burke. I do Defending the Caveman. See the sets up there? That's my show. I do the show up there. And it's my show. You're Gene Simmons. And I said, I just wanted to thank you. Actually, I have to take my glasses off because the eyes are important for the story. I said, I just wanted to thank you because when I was 14 years old, I saw you touring with the James Gang, and they were touring with us. Yes, you're correct. My apologies. They were touring with you. I saw you in a 1,000 seat hockey arena with plywood on the ice. This show was transformative for me because at age 14, you taught me the most important show business lesson of all. And he said, and what's that? I said, you taught me that you've got to do it your way. And what does that mean exactly? Well, it means you got to do it your way. Not that guy's way, not that guy's way, not even Gene's way, but your way. Now there you've said it. Someone's always going to tell you that you've drawn Superman's cape incorrectly. Yes, Gene, but I took it one step further. Yes, I'm the only one on stage. Yes, that means I keep all the money. My son. He held out his arms and called me his son.
He called you his son.
Yes.
Dude, this is
That's Kiss Face.
that's Kid's face.
That is
There he
serious
is,
Kid's
Kid's
face.
face right now. Look
Wow,
at that.
that's awesome.
That's pretty good, huh? That's Kid's face. You're Gene's son. Look at Corey. Did you ever think, Corey, you could be Gene's son too? Look at that.
I've interviewed Gene a couple of times. He was a nice guy.
He was.
I think those guys were doing something in Vegas, or maybe they still are. I don't know, but
No, they were
it's
doing
big
a
secret.
residence at the Hard Rock, I believe it was.
Oh, they
Yeah.
were.
They were. Yes,
Okay, that's
they
what
were.
it was.
It was really. Hey, you know what? It's no matter how old you are, if whenever you meet somebody from Kiss, you feel like you're 10 years old again. Am I
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Kevin?
True.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah,
Especially.
I met
me.
Paul at the opening of the Kiss mini golf, and I essentially told him the same story that they had inspired me to do it and Paul's response was, "That's what I fucking keep telling everybody, but nobody fucking listens."
That is a funny Gene story. Bill Kay says, "Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're actually
Especially in makeup, though.
it's a great story. I love how your comeback was that you're on yourself solo on stage and you keep all the money.
Yeah,
That's great. That's
Yeah,
great.
he loved that concept, and I
Yeah.
could see in his eyes that if he could get rid of the other three, he would.
The dollar sign. You
He's
know?
just waiting for Paul to go so it can be a 3/4 tribute band.
Yes.
All of this
Oh.
political tumult is actually fomenting tumult within the Kiss ranks because Paul is the one who's not.
Don't go
for
politics
Trump.
now on
No,
us.
it's
Don't bring
true.
it back. We just got away from politics.
I know,
He's
but
gonna go
he,
Come on, Nick.
he's made
political.
it public.
Hey, Nixon,
he tweeted,
relax,
he
relax,
tweeted that
tricky
a lot
dick.
of people would like me to be silent about my opinion.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the show. Dr. G, tell me something. We have a new friend here on the show. I like him. I want him to come on more. I like him being a part of us. The vaccine. Are you curious about this vaccine, Kevin? Do you have any questions about it? Yeah, about what's going
Well,
on. Would you do it?
Yeah. Well, all right. Here's my vaccine story. I am, in fact, a gentleman farmer, retired, living in the Midwest, and my state had things set up so that all the emergency personnel, doctors, EMTs, nurses, police, fire, etc., will get it first. Next, people with underlying conditions. Well, as a hypertensive diabetic, I'm right there. I'd be first in line, right?
Yeah.
So they just changed it. They just changed it to starting today, 80-year-olds are going to get it. And then after a while, 70-year-olds. And then after a while, 60-year-olds. And I was like, and then after all of that, then people with underlying conditions. And I'm like, check, I want to get vaccinated. But then when I saw it was 60-year-olds, I realized I'm only 2 months away from turning 60. So one way or another, I should be able to get it by the end of the March. And I'm 100% for it. That's the only. I want to be vaccinated. I
Yeah.
don't want to catch this shit.
Yeah, I'm
And,
nervous about it myself.
Vaccination for me is the best way to go.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous because
Right.
I was telling my wife, listen, I don't even do the flu vax, so I'm nervous about this. But on the flip side, I don't go out. I stay home because I don't want to be around people. Just not even because of COVID. Even before that happened, I just want to stay away from
The
people.
risk to benefit ratio of the flu vaccine is like you can't even compare it to this one because it's only like 23 to 40% effective, and you still have some side effects. Whereas
you have
this,
vax face right now.
no, it's true.
Yeah.
You can't compare a flu vaccine to this.
I don't know. I'm the type of guy that just doesn't even take an aspirin. But I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm thinking, is it going to make you grow a third eye? You can turn, the aftermath.
That would be awesome. If
Yeah, I
I
don't
got a
want-
third eye, I would be on the Tonight Show tomorrow.
Or Kiss.
Kiss.
Or in Kiss. I'd be the other drummer from Kiss.
Yeah. And so,
I sidebar. I offered Doc McGee $5,000 to let me do the offstage intro, and he looked at me for a second. He went, "Hey, fuck you."
That's great. That's great. Dr. G, what do you think? I mean, we talk about this all the time. I mean, the way it's going now. What are the 3 states that are really affected right now with COVID? That it's rising. Is California is one, for
especially
sure.
California. I mean, again, it's so far spread and such high epidemic levels in all the states. I don't think there's any real reason to make a big difference. And fortunately, we're going to hopefully get more vaccines out there. I think we know there's been a controlled problem getting the vaccines to the doctors. And right now, for us, we want to get the Moderna vaccine in, and the paperwork, meaning online crap that you go through, is so deep that whether a clinic like mine will ever get, because you can buy it at 100 to get 100 doses at a time of Moderna, you have to buy, I think it's like thousands at a time for Pfizer, and so yes, we want to get the vaccine. How long it will take to get out there is, again, I'm hoping in a couple of weeks that there'll be better policies to get this out there as rapidly as possible. But in the meanwhile, everybody, as everybody knows, there were like 4,100 deaths yesterday. We're heading up and up and up over the next few weeks. The vaccine is only going to be a part of the solution. And in the meanwhile, that we're talking about is claiming our authentic selves, making sure that we see the world exactly as it is, so it doesn't stress us. So the reason we were talking earlier about just seeing things, and I'm not going to get any political, I'm just saying seeing things is so we can just see things as they are, so they do not stress us. And that's why when we said it wasn't political, it wasn't. See things as they are, and then you don't have to stress about them. Because the biggest issue right now is that everybody feels so stressed and off kilter, and it is part of the media sensation. I agree with Corey on that one. In terms of that, yes, there's sensationalization occurring anywhere you go, and especially with the virus. But there is an actuality to the virus. But if we take care of ourselves, again, this goes to Kevin. All right, this is the time. I am going to eat a true paleo versus keto diet. I am going to get the exercise. I'm going to bring down my insulin levels. I am going to take advantage of this epidemic and really get well, okay, so that I don't have to worry about this virus. It's just going to be another flu or cold in me, because that's actually the most likely scenario is you will be asymptomatic or mildly symptomatic when you get this. That's the most likely scenario. And if you take care of your vitamin D levels and do all the things we've talked about so much, people, you just don't have to be afraid of this, which that was one part that I agree with other factions in this world, if you will, where living in fear of it makes no sense. Respecting it, of course, makes sense. Okay. And so absolutely. And then as we take care of ourselves, because it's going to be a long few months before it's going to get to the general populace, just like Kevin was pointing out, the reason they're pushing this back is because the vaccines have been basically withheld from us, and we need them to get out. Okay, more and more are going to be produced. I'm hoping come late summer, early fall, we'll be at the place where we can come back more to normal. Partly because of the vaccine. The other part is because we're going to be doing public health measures, okay, social distancing, doing the things that we need to, wearing our face masks, so that we, if we do get the virus, we'll be immune because, yes, the infection does cause immunity. I'm not saying you couldn't get the vaccine as well, but you would save that for somebody else, okay, in terms of waiting in line, so to speak, okay? And so, yes, I do recommend the Moderna vaccine. You do it in 28 days apart. By a week after the second dosage, you're safe. That's still going to take a long time, folks, okay? So we have to take care of ourselves in the meanwhile, as well as taking care of our nutrition, our exercise. And that's why stress management is so important. And we were talking about how do we see this world more clearly so that we don't stress about it. That's actually, somebody's asking about psychologists. As a physician, you do philosophy and psychology, and there's so much part of what we do, and so, Voltaire was this great philosopher who said those who can be made to believe absurdities will commit atrocities. Okay, so we have to be careful about believing absurdities because a huge population of our country is believing those things. And how do we correct that? That's the role of a physician. Okay, and the same goes right to this virus, though. If we're stressed, you can directly and linearly correlate stress perception. Stress perception is how you see the world with your risk of catching an infection, any infection, the cold, the flu, coronavirus. Okay, so if we don't work on our stress management skills, seeing the world as it is, we will be more likely to catch and die from this infection, even if we get the vaccine. Now, the Moderna vaccine was 100% effective at preventing severe COVID, which is really the goal we've always talked about. Preventing the infection isn't the goal. Preventing severe and severe complications, chronic COVID, that's the key, okay? And so we can get there together, everybody. And yes, part of that has to be our philosophy and how we manage stress, okay? And that's going to be the key component because we are months away of getting this vaccine to the general population. Even my frontline workers that I can't get it to. Okay, because we're not really in the hospital. We're not considered frontline. We're in the midline. So it's going to be tough for us to get this vaccine. So we can't. I don't want us to lose our guard down between now and the time we can get the vaccine.
You got everybody's going crazy right now. Wait, hold on.
Question for you, Doctor.
Everybody's going crazy here. Let's take one question at a time now. Wait, Oive.
Go. My question though, and I think I've seen this from a lot of people. Don't you think that in some regards, overall, the main reason for being skeptical on this is because in hindsight they've developed a cure or vaccine fairly quickly versus the other stuff that's taken years to develop.
Right. This, I think, and there's so many ways of looking at this world skeptically. mRNA vaccines have been, like for instance, Moderna has 7 or 8 others that they've been developing. There hasn't been the money or the impetus to get them out there because they're for viruses primarily actually in third world countries where there's not much money to be made. Now, there was a lot of money to be made, and there's a lot of money put into it. So in crisis, the best can come out of us as well, too. A couple of days was the worst that came out of us. This is the best that can come out of us, as science can help us through getting a better technology of vaccine. That's the mRNA vaccine. Now, of course, we have to see with time and long-term complications. There are no guarantees in this world, everybody. But as Corey was pointing out, the risk-to-benefit ratios really seem so strong right now to getting the vaccine that I would recommend this one. And I told all you guys, I'll get one, and I'm not afraid of this virus. I actually wish I had gotten it by now. But I want to do it to be a role model for people, okay? To say, listen, Dr. Foresman doesn't usually recommend vaccines, so this is one he's recommending. It gives a stronger weight to my advice. Not that I have any pull anywhere, but I'm just saying is that. So yes, what happened isn't this was all planned to make money out of a vaccine because that's the idea. That happened is the money and the severity of the illness allowed us to take this coded virus, get the mRNA from it, create a vaccine without going through all kinds of other steps. So it was the best of humanity that brought out this early ability to vaccinate and the emergency use authorizations. Because the phase 3 clinical trials really would be ongoing till 2022, but they had to do EUAs so that we could get it out there. Yes.
Doc, to Oive's question, would it be fair to say that, for the polio vaccine, you had Jonas Salk working alone in a barn? For this vaccine, literally every lab on the planet dropped what they were doing and started working on this vaccine. So the amount of effort and work and science that's gone into this is probably equal to or greater than that's gone into many vaccines that have come before, even though, and that is probably why it's all come about very quickly. Is that fair to say?
Yes. Well, the key thing is an improvement in the way we do vaccines. So this is kind of like the JFK. Well, if we're gonna make it to the moon, we better think of the world differently. How do we get there? Okay. So this was like a moonshot. Okay. And we said, wow, what is the best way we get there? And then as we knew about these mRNA vaccines, that is a much faster way of getting there. I wonder if this is where we should be putting our emphasis. And yes, and Dolly Parton was behind it, which you got to say is a good thing. And it's Moderna.
I didn't know
it's
that.
okay.
I didn't know that.
And
That's
so,
all the department behind it.
and so it's I'm in complete agreement with what you're saying, Kevin. I'm just saying is that yes, it was that we had a group of people, the Pfizer doctors, BioNTech doctors, the Moderna doctors, and as you guys know, there's a gazillion other vaccines coming down the road using some of the older technologies. So yes, there is as much work been put in, and it was put in such a time frame. Now I'm sure also to make money too, but that's not wrong, okay? And so that was an impetus, but to help people, I think was the biggest impetus. And so, yes, a new technology came about so that you could actually the time frame for upcoming vaccines could be follow this very similar timeline because yes, it's a much more advanced technology being used. That is just like our computers are so much faster. That's how to think of how we came up with in a way of doing a vaccine that was so much faster than the old way of doing it. And so,
all right, there we go, huh?
And so, yes, people, please stand in support of getting a vaccine if you haven't gotten the infection already. It's not a conspiracy. There are no microchips. I can't address. I know
Microchip.
Wait,
I
I want Bill Gates to know where I am at all times.
he already
I like Bill
does.
Gates. He'll pick you up from the airport if you don't get a ride.
See, exactly.
What a world we live in, the Twilight
Yeah,
Zone, man.
I know.
We
And
do.
so,
We
but
really live.
yeah,
Soylent Green.
the best can come out of us in crisis. That's why even what happened a couple of days ago, the best can come up with us because of all these things. So look at the best coming out of us for this, okay? The having Corey's face blurred out is the best we could actually have.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you for that, buddy. Super sticker from Sean.
And so yes, and it's I hopefully soon we'll be getting those hundreds of millions of doses in the country. And whether you do Moderna or Pfizer, either one are good ones. I just think Moderna is better. And so in that order, and yes, it's good. We all know that after all this is over, we're going to have to find out where did this virus come from? Was it a manipulated virus? I don't right now, and honestly, in this moment, I don't care. I know it's part of the world. I know it's still mutating. I know there's things going on. We've just got to keep working on what is, which is the virus is out there. Okay, and yes, as time goes on, we'll determine what happened, whether it's with the virus or Capitol Hill or whatever, And so, but right now we got to deal with the isness of what's happening, and so, and that's what's such an important thing, everybody, is that the misinformation about the virus is really is what's screwing everything up. It's just a virus, okay, and it's a family of viruses, and this one came about for some reason, but let's say it happened the same way the older ones did, the SARS-CoV-1 and the MERS. We've talked about those before, but that it just came through a different animal vector and it came out into the world, into us humans. It's very possible that's what's happened.
What about the new strands?
The new strains are having. This goes into kind of when. We're using monoclonal antibody therapies in certain parts of the countries that can push the virus to mutate more quickly. Some of the treatments that really aren't well proven that we're using right now are actually pushing the virus to mutate faster. Okay, and that's the well understood thing. So yeah, that's part of the way that sometimes the therapies that we use can push the virus to actually mutate faster, and that's what seems to have occurred. And so yes, and whether this will mutate to the point where the current vaccines won't work, I don't care. We're just then might have to do a different one. Then let's deal with what we've got right now, everybody. And so and the question right here is really appropriate. Should you get the vaccine if you already had COVID? I would put yourself further down on the list. I have a good buddy who works in a hospital, and he decided, even though he had the coronavirus, to get the vaccine. And we've been texting over time, and he got the second dose of the Pfizer vaccine a few days ago, and he usually got some fever that night and some other things, but he seems to have done okay. That's one anecdotal report. The problem is you have the people who have had the virus already have not been studied yet, and we really should study them to see should they get the vaccine, because it's not studied. Okay, and so I think it's the Pfizer's okay for 16 and over, and Moderna for 18 and over. I'll have to look at that exactly, but I think those are the two numbers. And so would I be giving it to my kids? No, it's not been studied in them. Let's do science and then implement it. This is not really radical, everybody, and so that, so I'm really hopeful. I am hopeful come this fall or late summer that we will really be ahead of this, but that's still quite a bit to go. And if you see the incremental increase in deaths and cases in our society, we can't let up yet. It just, and just think that the vaccine is going to take care of us, because I see some of that fatigue occurring, and this is a time to rally our resources and really believe in ourselves as a country, that American spirit that we can get it done, and so because we can, and so and apparently, we can come to Antifa. We have cookies. That's a big sale. That's a big sale reference. Sorry about that. Anyways, but come work together on all this. It's quite doable, everybody. And so, but take care of yourself in the meanwhile, and forever. If you're over 50, take your melatonin, take your vitamin D and your K. Probiotics are a great idea. Not as important as love and kindness and gratitude and community, and all the other things that really help you have a healthy immune system, so you can, in the face of all this stress, reach out to people and have better, loving, kind relationships. That's hugely important for your immune system. The more interconnected you feel, the better your immune system works.
Look at
that's
that.
really true.
That makes
and
sense.
so
That makes sense.
so when let's face a crisis, if you feel isolated, then you think, the most of the spiritual teachers would tell you, think of community. Who are your loved ones? Reach out to them, talk with them, Zoom with them, StreamYard with them. That community sensation is what will make your immune system work so much better, that this little virus will be just some puny little thing that you flick off. Okay, and then for the people where it isn't, we're going to be there. There's treatments that are available. There's other things when they aren't as well, so we'll take care of them too. So yes, I have so much hope for this infection, and even for the coming, months for our country as well too. So there's so much reason for hope. In this present moment, we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, that's it. There you go.
Is it true that Gene Simmons is on the edge of marketing a KISS vaccine?
Yes, it's called Demon Blood.
Okay.
Demon blood. I like it. Yeah.
There you go. Corey, you over there. What are you thinking? What's going on in your mind over there, Silence? Where's Corey's voice? You muted yourself, Corey. I didn't do that.
Kevin stepped on my joke, but that's okay. He owes it to me.
See,
Yeah.
okay,
my
it's
joke
not only
was I wasn't paying attention, Doc. Can you repeat everything you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's muted. Oh God.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
That's perfect, Corey. It's
Perfect, Corey.
again, I don't know why people Corey seems like he's just perfectly Corey all the time. And then, like I said, there's an isness to Corey. How you could ever get upset at the guy at this point after getting to know him? It's like, gosh, he's going to say things a certain way. He's going to be a certain way. I don't know. I just couldn't get upset at the guy.
You got breaking news. Is right over here. The Colonel. Look at the
Yeah.
Colonel. Breaking
Yes.
news from the Colonel.
Yes.
Everybody over there.
Yeah.
The Colonel.
I
had
don't think
breaking
anybody
news.
really wants the older president coming in and getting in the way of the inauguration. So I don't think that's a big thing. And just
Yeah.
like these resignations from these cabinet members is really just sheer spinelessness. It's not doing any
Okay,
good. So.
stop.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. There we go.
Sorry.
I gotta mute the doctor. All right. Everybody, sorry. Look, I muted the doctor. All right. Sorry. I want to
Wow.
say. Okay. Now, how does Stefan gain back his viewers? this is what I'm going to do. Everybody watching in YouTube that we got pissed off. You don't like the doctor? I'll do this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You don't like Kevin? I could do that. If you don't like Corey, I could do that. If you don't like Stefan,
Whoa. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, we're back. So I met Eric Singer too. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this. I met Eric Singer in Alice Cooper's dressing room.
Oh, you did?
Boy, about 5 feet tall, Eric Singer, but what a powerhouse.
yeah. Are you an Eric Singer fan?
I am, very much so. He's a phenomenal drummer. I like his work with Kiss. I love his work with Alice Cooper. He played on Dragontown and Brutal Planet, which I think has some of the best drumming in heavy metal Christian rock that I've ever heard.
He was great on the Badlands album too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what, man? I think I have to get into. Yeah.
I'm
You're not in Vegas anymore, are you, Kevin? Wait.
I'm a Pete fan. I'm a Pete fan because he made me want to be a drummer. And we all know Pete's limitations, chops wise. We all know that. But what a rock star.
Yeah.
Man, he's got cocaine in one side of the stretch pants. He's got a 38 in the other side of the stretch pants. He's higher than a kite and falls asleep behind his drum kit in South America. That's a rock star.
What do you say to that, Oive?
I say nothing.
You don't say nothing. You know what? Hold on.
But even Eric says Pete's licks will change right in the middle of a song, and that while Pete's stuff is simple, it's deceptively complex to learn to play.
Well, you know what I'm going to say right now? We have somebody that's
Peter's
very
right.
close to Peter Chris. The only person here is very close. Now, me, I don't know nobody. I'm just Stefan, a YouTube sensation. But Oive, call Peter right now. Call him.
I'm not calling you right now.
Yeah. People want Oive on the show. Do something, because what do you do on the show?
Well,
Oive.
He's Oive, yeah. And so this is what I want you to do on the show.
Hey, I
Call
did get
Peter
Peter
right-
to come through. I did get him to come through for that.
Rolling Stone picked up on that too. That they were they I saw it all in all the articles. We were in Rolling Stone magazine. We had Alice Cooper. We had Zach Nielsen, son of Harry Nielsen. Unfortunately, Zach's not doing well. He has cancer.
That sucks,
Yeah,
man.
it's a real drag.
Oh man.
Zach became a friend of the show. And he's a sweetheart of a guy. And then one day we had a show on, and Corey, in typical Corey fashion, asked Zach basically to his brother, "So how long do you have time on this planet?" Like, it was like the way Corey did it. I think I was a little too polite.
How
right?
long did they give you? Is what
Yeah.
I said.
But it was just
'Cause
an
everybody
awkward
was
thing.
busy talking about Harry, and this guy has like 3 weeks to live.
So anyway, so so I call Zach. I'm really sorry that Corey upset you. He goes, no, I'm fine. And then I was getting the same people in the beginning. That's why I threw a tantrum. I'm not a mean guy. Everybody trying to control my show. Don't talk political. Don't talk this. I got hemorrhoids. How dare you talk about hemorrhoids? My ass is bleeding. I don't want to know about it. Whatever. Everybody got a situation you can't talk about. It's like living with my grandmother. Don't talk about this. Don't talk. I can't stand those type of people. It's just the whispering. That's like fucking Jewish neurotic people. Because I'm a Jewish guy. And I grew up in the Jewish home, and it's a pet peeve of mine. So anyway, I fucking addressed the situation. I'm like, fuck, now I got fans mad at me. I got this one mad at me. Then Zach emailed me, goes, would you mind? I don't want to take up the time, but can I talk about death, Harry, anything, chemo, what I'm feeling is my choice of if I want to check out, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, it's a heavy show. And that show, for anybody bitching that don't talk about with Zach's bravery, it's getting his message out loud and clear. And then Rolling Stone picked it up and whatever, because that's what he wants. He wants people that he goes, we need to talk about this more, and we don't. And that was his message. But Oive, Alice did a video, but Oive got a beautiful a letter that Peter didn't sign, but he brought it to the show, and
It was an email.
Well, how can he sign it? It's an email.
It was an email. So, the guy is so busy right now. He's not in Kiss. He could do a video. He could have recorded a video. Let's be honest. It's ridiculous. I'm going to bash. I'm going to bash.
Hang on.
I'm going to
He
bash.
has his.
I mean, Eric Singer had Gene Simmons on the line to do a video, but he had an excuse. He was going to do it in makeup, and I spoke to Gene and Eric FaceTime in the hotel room, and it was already
could have done it after.
But you know what? they were playing a big show New Year's Eve. I get shit happens. Well, what was Peter doing New Year's Eve? He couldn't come and do one little message. You're friends with him. Call him now. Call
Hey,
him.
he still did it, man.
I
Either
know.
way you look at it, he
Call
still
him.
did it.
Call him. Just call him.
What
Just
about all the
let's
other people you
let's
reached out to?
let's
Where were
just
they?
Call him. Alice Cooper showed up. Boom.
I didn't hear you.
Boom. So now
Wait,
go ahead, show him.
Wait. I'm confused. Is there
Yeah.
a chance that I could actually talk to Peter Chris here and find out what Gene
Well,
Krupa
that's
was
what I'm
like
trying to
in
do.
person?
Go ahead, Oive. Go get
Is
it.
that something that could actually happen? Could you
Oive,
call?
only
Could you
one.
call him and say Kevin Burke wants to ask you about Gene Krupa?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I
I
got
gotta call. I'm on my phone for one. This is my phone I'm using, so
All
that
right,
Tell
so
them-
you-
can't happen.
all right, we'll go. We'll patch you in. Go ahead.
Tell them there's a gun to your head.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a gun to my
People
head.
want to see a show,
Oh my
Oive. They want to see a show. So go ahead. Here, Oive, go.
Anyway, he
I'm-
still
I'm-
came through.
okay.
He
I don't know what
All
these guys are doing. I am not
I don't know
mocking.
what
I'm being absolutely sincere. I have no idea what your relationship with Pete may or may not be. I'm just sitting here going, "Oh my God, I might get a chance to talk to Peter Chris."
Well, maybe.
he's
Oive
busting
is
my
friends.
balls.
I'm
Oive
not
is friends
fucking-
with Peter Chris.
Well, he says he is. I think it's a business situation.
Well,
How's it a business situation?
Just call him.
I'll tell you what. Corey has my phone number. Corey, if you can give it to him, and if off the air you can three-way a call with Peter Chris. When I defeat that woman for the music thing, I will send it to your house.
You know what? I'm gonna see if I
Excellent.
can do something right now. Hold on a second. Make a phone call here if he picks up.
Is
Oh,
Eric Singer
I
a
don't
good
know.
consolation prize for you?
Well, I don't know.
Because we're about to get Eric Singer out.
I don't know.
If we can get Eric, yeah, I met Eric. And
He might
that was
not answer.
interesting.
He might not answer. He's probably sleeping. Tired. He was up all night making coffee.
It's either Eric Singer or Stefan's mother.
Oh, you can get my mother. That's the next one. This is what we do. Phone calls at the last second of the show. Okay. He went to his voicemail. All right, but next time I will get him. You know, Oive, do me one favor. Get a computer, right? Because we got to make the show better. Because people are complaining, where's Oive? How come he's not on the show? I got to make the show good. Get your computer so you could sit it up, right?
Yeah.
Get a laptop. Because you got like 300K worth of stuff there. Sell something. Get the computer. We'll make the show really good. You got all this. Every day you're on the Kiss auction, spending money on bullshit. So $5,000 buy Paul Stanley's Hanukkah fucking schmata that he wears. Go buy a fucking computer, right? And then you'll get more Oive screen time for the people out there. And then you have your phone on the side. And don't be afraid to call Peter. You ring the button. You're on the screen. Hey Peter, it's Oive, and he hangs up on the phone. That's entertainment. All right, that's what I want. I don't give a shit
That's
about.
entertainment.
I don't give a shit about your Kiss collection or anything. I care about entertaining people, and people.
Well, I care about my collection.
I don't
I
give a
have
shit
a-
about
I
your
have a,
collection. I care about my show. And if you
I
want to
have
be
a
a part of the
sealed-
show, hold on, Kevin. I'm on a rampage here. You listen. If you want to be a part of the show, this is what I want. I want you to have a laptop. You sell that Paul Stanley schmata for $5,000. It's ridiculous. And then get a laptop, because the laptop, if you get in, you're part of the show, then you can make a name for yourself. And then you can go solo and have the Oive show and do it your way. And then you'll buy more Paul Stanley schmatas, because there's going to be plenty to buy. And
Probably.
the Kiss auction ain't going nowhere. You and your lunatics out there buying fucking shit, whatever. 60-year-old guys with footsie pajamas, out of your fucking mind. Have a fucking wonderful time.
Hey, you call it what you want.
All right, I don't give a shit to hear him anymore. All right, Kevin, back to you.
I was going to say, if you can hook me up with Peter Chris, I will send you an original sealed in plastic. I bought it at the merch table and haven't opened it. Kiss phone calling card, if you don't have that. Or I'll send you a copy of my VHS copy, start to finish, including the times when the cameras were not recording. So everybody's just standing around bullshitting of the Unplugged it's like 3 hours of them taping Unplugged,
That's it.
and they fuck up Domino like 4 times. It's awesome.
That's awesome. You know what, man? That is cool. You know, look, he has a lot of stuff. Everybody's in the chat. They're going crazy. Sell the boots. Look at the Colonel. The Colonel wrote
Wait, you got
this.
food?
Stefan, I know I do
Whoa, whoa,
Prozac,
whoa, whoa.
but you do too. Oh, I'm
You
out of
got-
my mind, Colonel, but he has the boots. This guy
You
got,
got boots?
but he has a YouTube show and he doesn't have a computer.
Oh,
Help me out here.
you know what? Fuck the rest of these guys. Let's you and I do a Kiss show. I have a concept.
Yeah, well, all right. Let's see. Oh, I got another lunatic here. Let's hear Kevin. Kevin.
I have a concept. I have a concept for a band. Now, I'm too old and fat to be in a decent respectable Kiss tribute band. So my concept is get a bunch of old fat guys like me. I would play drums, need a clarinet player, need a
Well, we
tuba
got a
player,
lead singer right here. Look.
and an accordion
Clarinet
player,
player.
and an accordion player, and redo all the classic Kiss songs as polkas and call ourselves Kiski.
He's out of his mind. At first, I wanted Kevin on the show. I think he's out of his mind.
And
now.
instead of the hottest band in the world, it's the hottest band in the tri-state area, Kiski.
You had to be fucking.
You might be onto something.
I think so.
Don't even talk till you get Peter on the phone. That's it. Listen, you don't even talk over there.
Let's just do our own spin-off Kiss show. I can talk to you for 48 hours straight about Kiss.
You probably could, but he's too busy on the Kiss auction page.
I had no idea you had this problem, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin, tell me about your Kiss problem. Let's talk about this. What do you have in your collect? Are you a Kiss hoarder?
Kiss Army card number 162, baby.
Really? Really? How about you, Oive? What's your number over here? Look, Kiss meets Kiss. 2 Kiss stars over here. Come here. What do you
I
got?
don't remember my number. I was 7 years old when I you know what? I still have my original Army kit, obviously.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You can get veterans benefits now, man.
I
We're
can.
old enough.
Yeah.
We got a show, people.
He's being a anyway. Yeah,
No,
I've got a.
Let's hijack this thing.
Here you go. Look.
Go ahead. Go. Hi, John. I'm watching. I'm fall asleep.
Oh my god. I want a tour. Where do you live?
Texas.
Oh yeah, I'll come there. I'll come there for that.
You,
Yeah.
Dr. G. Dr. G's over there talking about potions and witch brew and all that stuff, trying to save the world. Corey's fighting on political stuff over there. And then I got these two over here, Love in the Afternoon. It's like the Love Boat. I'm like Captain Stubby over here. I have the same hairline. And these guys found love through Kiss boots. I have a fucking computer.
Yeah, you got Kiss boots. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
you know,
Hey, Kevin, hold on, Kevin. Hold on.
No. You stop. Here's the thing about Kiss boots. If you go to a Kiss concert, and being in show business, I notice this stuff. If you go to a Kiss concert and you take your binoculars and you zoom in on the boots and like the heels and the soles of the boots, you expect them to be scratched up because these guys are on tour. No, those things are fucking polished, perfect. You can't find a single scuff on their stage boots when they're doing a show. That is commitment to giving value for the dollar.
I have multiple pairs too. So
Yeah.
Well, that too. But you expect them to get scuffed up on the road? No. If they get scuffed up, they've got little elves that come in and cobble them and fix them so they're perfect. Little Kiss elves.
This is a great story. I read
This
it.
man uses his binoculars to look at
Dr.
Kiss
G, can you
boots.
stick your finger in my ass? This is such a great story. Check my colon right now, Dr. G.
I have seen Ace kick ass when he was sober. I've seen him suck when he was sober. I've seen him kick ass when he was drunk. And I've seen him suck when he was drunk. I've had the full Kiss experience.
Corey, say something rude. Get everybody mad. Chase them off the air, these guys.
No, this is like yelling at people for having a mental illness. You can't do that.
You want mental illness? I'm calling my mother up. Hold on a second. Let me call my mother up. I wish Eric would pick up the phone.
Let me leave a voicemail for her.
For my mother?
It'll be this. Hello, this is Gene Simmons from Kiss. Just send me $5. Cut out the fucking middleman.
Let me call my mom up. My mom likes this. Here, watch this. You want to hear somebody's important? Hold on. Yelling Ellen. Always end the show with the mother.
Uh-oh.
That's it. It's the weekend. I want everybody to hit that like button. I'm glad you're here to watch it. Whether you hate me or like me, your thumbs up or thumbs down, it goes a long way. And share it. And if you hate the show, send me somebody that bugs you. Let me annoy them as much as I annoyed you. Hey, Mom, it's your son. How you doing?
I'm not home. I'll have to call you back.
Oh, we're on the air. There's a lot of people want to talk to you.
I can't though now.
What are you doing?
She's taking me shopping.
Who's she?
Francis, my friend Francis.
Oh, you have people here. You want to? What about Eric Singer? There's big Kiss fans watching. Do you know Eric Singer?
Hi.
Do you know him?
Your Council Larry.
Yeah. Has he ever slept at your house?
Of course.
Yeah. You never had sex with Eric, did you, Mom?
Stefan, I got
Just really quick. Did you ever have sex with him? Be honest.
10 times.
Oh, stop it. Is he my father, Mom?
Maybe.
No. No. I don't want that.
Your last name is really Messenger, whatever it is.
Whatever his name is. Oh, my God. Stefan Mensinger?
Yeah.
For real? Mom. Please.
Listen,
It's
Is
the
he really
weekend.
5 feet?
listen, I have to go. I'm in the store. I can't talk.
Okay, really quick, Mom. Really
Have
quick.
you asked
Really
my
quick,
mom?
Mom.
What?
Mom. I don't want him to be my father. Before I bow out of the show, is Eric Singer my father? Please.
Ask Eric.
What do you mean, ask Eric?
I can't talk. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Eric
Eric
Singer's
does-
my father.
What the
I
fuck?
give you
This
PS.
He does get paid $1 million.
the audio is totally gone. What the fuck?
What happened?
Pros.
Oh,
It's coffee talk with ADIKA. Nothing rhymes with that but chicken tikka. We name drop here. It's Stefan and all his friends.
Well, you're not a virgin anymore, Kev.
Wow. Are we done? Is that it?
subscribe,
That is it.
everybody. Goodbye. Please,
Aw.
Eric, send the alimony to my mom.